1 year later. I could almost hear the gunshot the morning of the first anniversary of your death. Balls of hot lead piercing the skin of my eardrums, exploding past the trailer's yard, echoing off soft trunks of pine. I could almost see deer raising their tails up high, field full of cowardly white flags. I remember the summer spent saving, cutting grass just like you taught me, to buy a 12 gauge to take out hunting. White light shone out from the bathroom on the morning of the first anniversary of your death. It spilled onto my toes pressed against the laminate floor, once covered before the cleaners cut out the carpet. My hand trembled on the doorknob. I still could not enter. Some things still need to be fixed. I remember the first time we shot clay pigeons. The bruises the Mossberg left in the pit of my shoulder, back when the barrel was longer than my legs were. I felt the cage of my chest cracking, like a ghost had taken the air from my body. And my legs were weak, looking at the candles surrounding the urn on the kitchen table, where family members cried, dropping mementos into ashes. But I didn't leave you anything. Two years later. I broke down when I called her from my phone, her ear pressed to her cell in New Orleans. Listened to my voice choke out words she couldn't interpret. These feelings come and go like white caps on Lake Superior, rolling my back on rocks at the bottom, leaving me to wonder if I'll ever be able to breathe again.
Maybe he felt like he was a burden on all you or whatever, but in reality, this is more of a burden for you guys. You know, anything that he was going through is not as bad as what has happened now.
I wondered if I was cold for trying to forget you. Should I have been ashamed for not being able to look at the urn I once cleaned on a weekend I came home to visit? I recall the morphine bottle sitting beside it, rattle inside orange plastic when I shook it, shock under the cap when I found a piece of your skull, the piece Mom found in her eyeliner the day she decided to wear makeup.
Wants me to go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. For depression and anxiety. He asked me if I was getting out more, and I said, not really.
Nobody struck up a conversation about you on the 2nd anniversary of your death. Memories stabbed at the tips of our tongues like needles. Moments of silence cracked like ice across a lake in the dead of a Michigan winter. I remember the dog's curious yips in the middle of the night. How the walls seemed to bend in the bedroom. How for a moment I thought you'd come back as a ghost, but knew my subconscious fear of remembering had transcended some gap between an untapped synapse. I bite my knuckles to take the hurt there. She tells me from New Orleans to breathe, and I follow as she moves with me past the gates of acceptance. I'm no longer angry or confused when you're projected in the movies of my sleep, often to help me, like last night when we re-shingled Grandma's roof. I'm fortunate for the moments with you, well aware now that this all really happened. I know you really died, and know everything that's happened since is real too. But for a month or more after the 2nd anniversary of your death, a depression as heavy as a 12-inch thick blanket of dirt fell over me, like a brown garden that offered hope when I first saw the seeds I'd planted there begin to germinate.
Silence like a cancer blow. Hear my words that I might need you. Take my arms that I might need you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell.